Hi, good evening. Welcome to the Man United Agenda. I'm joined by Mr. B, and we are doing a Wolves preview match. Important game, and we're going to go into detail. Greetings, Mr. B. How you doing, man?
Good, man. You know me. It's Friday, man. Best day of the week.
I hear you got some good, contestants. It's like a game show. Good guests tonight on your show at 10 p.m. Plug. The Friday Night Takeaway is back this week. Who have you got on, and what teams they represented?
I got Brush, obviously, Man United.
One of our own.
Yeah, got Don P, who's Spurs, and we've got Stoney, who's Liverpool. So yeah, we're gonna be discussing our Premier League 11, but it's got a little twist. You can only have one player per team, so there's going to be 11 different players. So yeah, it should.
Wow.
It's probably going to take a little while, to be fair, but yeah.
That sounds good. I'll be in the comments because it's going to be hard to make when you really think about it. Do you have to represent every single team? No, you can't. So there's going to be 11 players and
11 different clubs.
Wow, that'd be interesting. It will be.
Yeah.
Especially with Manchester City, because De Bruyne and Haaland have been fantastic this year. You know.
There you go.
Yeah. So yeah, that'd be really good viewing, guys. Check that out. Mr. B, I just want to run something by you. Obviously, Twitter's going off at the moment. Some news. We're not going to touch on that too much, but it says here, this is breaking news. The Glazers and the Rain Group are now willing to enter final talks with Ratcliffe and his team in Ionos to thrash out a world record deal. That's from At Times Sports. Your thoughts on that? I mean, because we all thought it was going to the Qatari group. What's going on here?
Obviously, Ratcliffe giving them a percentage. I still don't understand it. I still don't know how it's supposed to work. But there's rumors flying around that they're going to keep 25%. I don't know. On Monday, it makes no sense to me. We're going to be loaded with more debt, I suppose. But look, and everything will come out in the wash. Everything will come out in time. Look, we can only speculate and we can sit here being as mad as we want. But to be honest, what can we do?
Yeah, it does make us a bit mad. We have talked on this about why the Ratcliffe deal would be beneficial for the Glazers, because apparently two of the brothers want to actually stay around the club because they feel that there's still a big investment there to be made. But yeah, you're not. I know you're not happy about it. I can tell by your face. But I wonder what the guys in the comments feel about that. Obviously, it's not confirmed or anything like that. It's just another twist in this never-ending story, really. Big up to Bart. How you doing? He's saying, "Are you guys chuffed to learn that Leeds-born Man City forward has won Player of the Year award with a massive 82% of people voting for him?" Obviously,
not a surprise.
Ireland deserved.
Yeah, he scored 50 goals, bruv. You can't. It doesn't matter. You can't. He scored 50 goals. You can hate him all he wants, but yeah, he scored 50 goals. So yeah, I think.
Just two questions regarding him. Did you expect him to have that sort of impact this season, and would you consider him the best forward to ever play in this country? Because it's been suggested already.
I am surprised that he hit 50. We did. Me and my brother, we did crack a couple jokes. Oh, he's going when he hit whatever he was, the hat tricks back to back. We did say, oh, he's going to hit 50. I mean, the numbers are ridiculous, but come next season, clubs learn how to play against players.
Right.
He's had his season. These managers are getting paid millions. There's no way they're going to let Haaland score 50 goals again. I say that now, and he probably score 65. But no, I just can't see it on Monday. To be fair,
so you think it's playing for a good team? He's getting spoon fed. I mean, he's not even. It's like the best team in the world, a bit like Messi. So how can you really judge him? Do you think he's the best striker that you've ever seen in the Premiership?
No.
Van Nistelrooy, Omri, Shearer, all these guys. Do you think he's still like the best?
He needs longevity. Things first. You know what I mean? He's had a great first season, superb.
Yeah.
If he does it for another 2 or 3, look, you talk about Harry Kane. You know, as much as we poo-poo him, his numbers are ridiculous. So if he puts those numbers in season out, then you can say, yeah, but Jesus, he's a monster.
Just a couple more comments here. Bart saying with Rashi out, Wolves would go all Atletico Madrid and you. Obviously, their strike force is with Costa and Cunha as well, the Brazilian. Big up to him, Football United TV. That's Matty. Go and subscribe to him. Rumours are said Jim Ratcliffe will be the club's major owner. We just touched on that. Thanks, Bart. And who is Mr. B choosing from our team? Allison, Robinson, or Salah? That's the Liverpool team.
You'll have to choose. You'll have to tune in at 10 p.m. But
and big up to Ed Mayhem. It was a midfield three, wasn't it? Almost the other day. Us three, Ed. Hope you're doing well, Ed. Thanks for coming down. Ed joined us last Sunday for the game. Bart saying here, Ineos have an annual revenues over 90 billion, 3 billion plus profits. So it isn't all hunky-dory. And want to say hi to our very own. We miss you, Solo. Hope you're doing well on this Friday evening. And you tune in tonight to this show and the great show coming up at 10 o'clock as well. That's going to be interesting. All right, let's get into this. We're playing against Wolves, and it's really vital. I mean, we had the press conference earlier. I'm just going to go through a quick few things. Obviously, the manager's always pressed in the press conference by the journalists trying to get something out of him. The team news, he said about Rashford is doubtful. He said the problem, injury on his leg, big question mark when pressed. But he said Varane will be back. And they said, well, what does Varane bring? And he said experience and knows how to win, and he will lead with that experience. So it's really positive endorsement of Varane there. Saying here that needed a week. Obviously, we've lost 2 games in a row. He said that we needed a week to reset, to reload, to recharge, to get our energy back. So he's claiming that we lacked the energy in the previous 2 games. So he's stating the reason we lost 2 games, or a reason for that, is because of lack of energy. And now we've had time and joy on the pitch. He's seen a lot of joy in the training ground on the pitch. And he's saying we will work in detail. We had more time to work in detail. Any nervousness? Because obviously Liverpool on our heels. He said no. He said we can only sort of, we're convinced in what we're doing. We know exactly what we're doing. We've had a lot of success with the games that we've had and the way that we work and the way that we play. And the instructions are really clear. We have to execute them, he said. That was the problem in the last 2 games. We didn't execute our instructions. We have to show 100% discipline in rules and in principles. When we do that, we are successful. He also said that he's not worried about Liverpool or the other side because we were still in control of the situation. Obviously, we win our games, we go through. So he's not really concerned about that. The absence of Rashford, he said the other players need to step up. And we have players who can score goals. He's clearly not talking about Red Horse there. They have the opportunity now to step up and deliver, which is good. And what's the secret to the home form? He was asked about, because obviously we've only lost 1 game, I think way back in September, or was it against Brighton? Way back, it's a long time ago. He said, we believe in the way we play and the way we work, and there's a good ambience. He used the word ambience of playing at home with Old Trafford fans and rival people coming to Old Trafford. It's a bit daunting, I think he's trying to say. And he gave an endorsement of Ahmad, who got Player of the Year at Sunderland. Well done to Ahmad. He's had a great season, hasn't he? 13 goals or so. And just, killing it out there. He said, we see a future. That's why he sent him on loan to develop and progress. And he did mention Darren Fletcher, because we were having a debate the other day with Rebel about what does Darren Fletcher do. And he mentioned Darren Fletcher here. Maybe he's watching the show, Ten Hag, because he's called him out. He said Darren Fletcher is responsible for monitoring people's progress, people on loan, and their development as well. So that was quite clear from the press conference. Anything you take from that, Mr. B, from the press conference?
I love Ten Hag. I love his press conferences. I know they say, he doesn't have charisma, but he says it as it is. He doesn't really poo-poo it too much. They ask him a question, he tends to answer it. So I like that. I like that. He doesn't seem to be pretending. I'm over the moon that certain players are back. And you can't disagree with what he said about the other players having to step up and score goals.
It's good to give them confidence like that, and sort of especially Garnacho. You're one of your favourite players, and what do you call the Slayer, the Sancho Slayer? Garnacho. I love your nicknames for players and combinations like fuckeries and things like that. So Garnacho, he said 1 more week of training, so he's back. He's had another week of extra training. He is available. He can bring something extra to the team. That's all he would say about it. But obviously, you believe that there's a good relationship going on there, and he does have a lot of faith in him. Guys, in the comments, what do you think about that? Just want to say a few more highs, hellos to Emma, especially. How you doing, Emma? She's saying hi to everyone in the comments. And Zoe as well, Zoe Media House. How you doing, girl? Bath Time's in the house as well. He said, off out, lads. Enjoy your show. Thanks, Bath Time. Guys, check out. We've got a lovely show coming up for all the members. You really have to check it out. We had a great guest on this week, a really good football coach who's done a lot in the game. And that'll be out soon. But if you're a member, you can watch it now. And Zoe's saying here, a lot of Ahmad's goal were not tap-ins. Some of the world.
They were bangers. Yeah, he didn't score. Yeah, he's better at shooting than bloody Anthony.
Yeah, I'm really happy with his development because we need to get age down because we've got a few players reaching 29, 30 in a couple of years. They're not going to get any better, are they? Team news, availability. What have you got for me, Mr. B? Let's do the ones that we know about for sure.
Well, we know McTominay's out. I keep asking, does anybody know what McTominay's injury actually is? I just want somebody to tell me. Obviously, Martinez is out. Rashford, as we did touch on a little bit earlier, he said he's a big doubt. I don't believe Rashford's going to be any. And that was it, to be fair. A couple players back. Obviously, we'll discuss that in Solo's 11 at some stage.
Yeah, so Varane's back, of course. And obviously, we've got all our fullbacks available. There's 4 fullbacks in Malacia, Shaw, if he's available for that position. That'd be interesting. And Dalot and Wan-Bissaka. Just quickly, I know we're going a bit off topic here, Mr. B. I just want to ask you, though, because there was an argument that Wan-Bissaka, and I saw some data as well, Wan-Bissaka's done really well. Only one person has dribbled past him this season. And that's crazy. He's got the best
It's my laptop plugged. Sorry. So
Wan-Bissaka, he's got the best stats in Europe for tackling or some percentage of stats. So he's had something like 500 attempts at tackling, and he's got about 449. So it's best in Europe. It's ridiculous, isn't it? And then he's only had one person dribble past him this season, and they said it wasn't really a proper dribble past him. So he's really stepped up. With all this talk of Fring-Fong and right back position being thing, is it Dalot or is it Wan-Bissaka? Because it used to be Wan-Bissaka we thought was going to let go.
I don't know. I don't know what option he's going to have. To be fair, Wan-Bissaka, you know, people ain't dribbling past Wan-Bissaka, but going forward, he just doesn't have the great, and he doesn't have the finesse that I want to see from a player in that position.
Yeah,
I don't know what they're going to... I mean, it could be taken out of his hands. Maybe Barcelona and Real Madrid interested in Dalot, and he still hasn't signed the contract. So it could be that he's going to be gone and our hands are tied in that regard. That Wan-Bissaka's the one that's... If Dalot signs the contract, Wan-Bissaka will be sold.
Because in Europe, obviously on Thursday and Wednesday, we had Dumfries. I was trying to watch him. He's playing for Inter Milan. And we were able to see him again next week. They've got the 2-legged affair semi-final of the Champions League. Dumfries, the right back or right wing back that we seem to be interested in. And also if Leverkusen are playing, they're playing Roma. And Fring-Fong will be playing for them as well. So there's good opportunity. I didn't get to see that game. But I probably will tune in next Thursday for the second leg of that. So we'll be able to look at Fring-Fong and see what he's really got. It's, you know, it's all right gauging someone from YouTube, but you have to really watch these top games. At top levels.
Yeah, for real.
So the two of them, I think they've been mentioned before. So maybe those, all you guys can have a look at them next week. Availability for Wolves. I don't think there's much issue there with them. They've got this sort of strong team that they've had for a while now. They've had a couple of decent results. Beat Villa recently as well. The managers come in. Former Real Madrid manager for a period of time. He's sort of secured them top flight football for next season. They've got their 40 points. Do you know much about Wolves? I mean, going forward for this game?
No. I think that their form slightly improved when they brought in, what's their manager's name again now? Lopetegui. I mean, they've been chasing for 3 years, so he's in now. So I think this season it was more about steadying the ship. I think next season, I think that's when we're more likely to see a little bit more. I'm not going to say I don't see Wolves as a threat, but we're at home, so I am expecting us to do a job. To be fair,
do you think? I mean, if you're a Wolves fan, to be able to come out of that relegation zone now, what do you think a trip like to Old Trafford means now? It doesn't. There's less pressure for them.
Yeah, could they be on holiday?
Well,
I'm hoping that they've got the. I really hope that they've come with their heads on the summer. You
yeah.
know, but then you say that all teams raise their game by 25% when they play Man United, especially at Old Trafford. So
It's a funny one, isn't it? Because, like you said, you just mentioned two dilemmas here. Maybe they could be on holiday, which is good for us. On the other side of things, they've just got their 40 points, which usually means they're safe from relegation. Maybe they're
freedom.
fighting for their places for next season with the new manager in charge
Oh, I
now.
never thought of that. I didn't think of that.
I'm interested in that. But yeah, let's go through to Solo's 11. Let's set that up. Before you do, I'm just going to go through a few more comments while you're doing that. Ed Mayhem saying here, McTominay is fine. Lord Ten Hag just doesn't want to say he know what he's like publicly about his injury. So there's no issues. Ed, you're reassuring me that he's fine. No issues there. Emma saying here, honestly, I think Wan-Bissaka has improved a lot attacking wise. He may not be getting the assists, but he's always involved in the attack somehow. The data I was looking at showed that he has improved. He's getting in good positions, more so than before. But obviously, there's no assists like we see with some other fullbacks that we see in the league, like Trent and Robinson, those sort of guys. Zoe's saying here, what I mean is McTominay has handed in a transfer request. We know one of Fred and McTominay can't stay. There isn't positions for both of them in midfield. So is that a possibility that McTominay wants out?
I mean, it could be. It could be Newcastle. You know, Newcastle. That was the big link, the beginning of the season for 50 mil.
Yeah.
Whether or not his price has increased or decreased with these performances this season, if we can get 50 mil for McTominay, I think they should bite their bloody hand off for it.
Zoe's saying here, if we sign another top midfielder instead on top of Donny van de Beek, there's no way we can keep one or two of McTominay or Fred or Matt Fruckies, as you would say. And sell Van de Beek and Fred, says Box. Hi, Box, by the way. How you doing, bro? I would sell Van de Beek. I don't know about Fred. He's sort of, I'm in an hour about him. And I'm at the case now where I think between Fred and McTominay, I think the manager fancies Fred. And I think Fred's proven this season with his performances, even though I don't like him that much, yeah, he could be ahead of the pecking order, ahead of McTominay at the moment. Any thoughts on that? Fred and McTominay and Van de Beek as well, selling these guys?
Well, I mean, look, Van der Beek, how much are we going to... I'm trying to work out what we would get for these players. Because, I mean, Fred, what's he got left? A year left on his contract. So, I mean, really, they've got to decide whether or not they want to renew his contract this year or he walks out the door on a free.
Yeah.
The year after. I would say, there's quite a few of them I would sell. I would sell Fred and McTominay. I would get rid of both of them.
Okay. Just looking at the ages here, thanks, Box. He's saying Fred is 30, Casemiro 31, Ericsson 31, Sabitzer, who's on loan, 29, Fernandez, that's Bruno, 29. That all equals too old. Getting like Liverpool's old squad, centre midfield. In the Premiership, you need runners, you need youth, don't you? I suppose, balance. Emma saying, I honestly don't think we can sell Donny as he's been out most of the season like he hasn't played in months. He'll be totally unfit. And Fred will be kept to keep Casemiro interested. Maybe, yeah, interesting that. All right, guys, drum roll because it's coming up any second now. Let's just build this up. But
Sorry,
Solo,
get it off.
I hope you didn't see that, guys. We got the Solo 11 coming up, and obviously, you guys must have formed your own opinion about what we're playing. I don't know what Solo's going to do, but I think this is so important right now at this stage of season. We need to win. So I'm going to be breaking this down and picking this apart. I'm sure Mr. B will do the same. I hope you guys do too. So Solo's 11. Drum roll, please. Let's have it. Okay. Balance in defence. That's the first thing I see with the fullbacks. He's gone Shaw at left back and Lindelof and to Varane. Not a left footer in midfield, so it'd be interesting. Not a left footed centre back, but he's going to throw in Varane from the start because it's important and put Shaw back at left back and play Wan-Bissaka instead of Dalot. Defence, Mr. B, what do you reckon about that? What's Solo thinking?
With Shaw, I think that with Shaw, he is a better left back than centre back. And Malassi isn't Shaw's level at left back. I think we've missed Shaw, and he's probably going to be involved in a whole load of madness tomorrow. I think Shaw definitely plays. The Lindelof one, I don't think he's done anything wrong to be dropped, but the fact that Varane Varane's fit and ready to play. Varane walked straight back into the team. I can't see him being rested, especially as the form, I'm saying the form dropped off a cliff, but to a certain extent it has. And Aaron Wan-Bissaka, I mean, we just had the conversation. It's either him or Dalot. We're at home, so I would probably have gone Dalot. To be fair, I probably would have taken Dalot. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I like the balance of short left back. It's a long time coming. We have two available centre backs now. Harry Maguire certainly doesn't seem to be getting a game, so it looks like Solo's on the same page. I'm on the same page as Solo here. I think Wan-Bissaka maybe should play just in case, because I think with Wolves, what he's shown in recent games against someone like the Japanese guy from Brighton, those performances in the final and the game the other day, Wan-Bissaka showed that, like, with one dribble past him all season, and with Wolves playing on the break and that kind of thing, I think we need that sort of solidity there. Shaw can give us the balance going forward. Sometimes only one of the fullbacks seems to go forward, and it leaves a back three, sorry, of three centre backs. So that could be Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, and Varane. Or if Wan-Bissaka goes forward, which I'd rather Shaw, it would be Shaw who's comfortable there, Lindelof and Varane. So I think either that's to give us good balance, but I would like to see Shaw raiding again. Nothing like seeing him getting forwards, you know. He's a top class fullback, and I think one of the best in the world, because not many out there that I've seen. Midfield, he's got with Casemiro and Ericsson. That's the standard thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think I always try and squeeze Sabitzer in, but I think I'm just waiting for him to have that superb game, another great game. Ericsson, Casemiro, Bruno. I think that's the triangle that he wants. That's the triangle that he really prefers. I said the issue is legs. I still don't think they're back. Ericsson's definitely not. On the ball, yes. Off the ball, it depends what Wolves offer us. But yeah, I'll be taking that 100%.
So in midfield for Wolves, we've got Neves and Lamina. They usually sit there and just pop the ball around and keep it nice and tight. They're playing a 4-4-2 at the moment. So I can imagine
Neves,
back, not really getting beyond our battling our two centre midfielders.
It'll be interesting because Neves normally plays really well against us. That's a lie. He always plays well when he plays against us. So it's going to be interesting to see, especially in a 4-4-2, how they play and how he plays.
Right. That's true. That is true. Going forward, this is where it gets a bit like a talking point. Someone who's been out for a long time and someone who doesn't start a lot of games and comes on a sub. Garnacho, the Sancho Slayer, as you say, just walks back in the side just like that and gets a starting place all of a sudden. Not in my on my books. No way should that be happening. I think it should be Sancho. If Rashford's not there, Sancho has to play on the left. He's a senior to Garnacho. And I know you're going to, this is where we might bump heads here, Mr. B, but I'm going to go with you on this one because we need to clash. Sancho's senior to Garnacho. Sancho's been playing consistently since Garnacho's been injured. When Garnacho was fit all season, he only started 2 games. He came on a sub, you know? So Mr. B and Solo, I'm disagreeing with you because I know, I want to hear what you got to say, Mr. B. I don't think Garnacho should be starting, especially coming back from injury. He should come in off the bench and give us something like he usually did when he performed so well this season. He scored a couple of goals coming on late. I think Sancho starts, and that'd be a major disrespect to someone like Sancho, who's international player, played a few international games. He's got his form at Dortmund, and he's come here and he needs to find some confidence, and that confidence will be shot if a little Ute man like that comes in and takes his place. I know Garnacho's a direct runner and scores goals like you did on Sunday, but I'm just not having it, Mr. B. I think Sancho's to play. Do you want to counter me on that?
Yes, I would, to be fair. Sancho doesn't run past players. Yes, he keeps hold of possession, granted. But you want especially the wide man in that position, you want him to frighten the fullbacks. Sancho doesn't frighten fullbacks on Monday. That's me. If the ball goes over the top, Garnacho will be there. If he picks the ball up on his feet, he's going to be direct. He's only going one way. He's not going to be stopping and doing a flick back and opening up. Keeping possession, yes. I understand. I do understand that. But for the dynamics of the team, we need pace. And pace, he's got it in abundance. Like Rashford's got it in abundance, and teams are watching where Rashford goes. I look at the ball that Casemiro seems to be playing a lot, where he doesn't even look and he whips it. He whips it right, facing to the right, and he whips it straight over to the left. Sancho's never in that position. Rashford's in that position, and Garnacho will be in that position. You know, so I feel that I would be starting Garnacho 100% over Sancho.
What do you guys in the comments think? I'm going with Sancho. Mr. B's made a good pace for Garnacho. Good case, sorry, not pace. I've got pace on the mind, but I feel to think about Mr. B and Garnacho. Similar players. I think you made a good case there, but I still think Sancho, you can't dent his confidence by playing Sancho. Yeah. So up front, Martial. Obviously, Rashford's missing. Any issue for argument for Red Horse to come in, Mr. B?
No. Vegas doesn't play now for the rest of the season, and we just have to pray that Martial bucks his ideas up, because I don't think he's got. I don't even think he's proved. I don't think he's proved good enough. If somebody comes in with a decent offer for Martial, I think he'll be gone as well.
Wow, and that's coming from someone who's always admired him in yourself. You've always admired Martial as a player.
I love Martial. I love him. Anthony. Wow. What do you think about Anthony on Monday?
I think it's the opening season for him. I think he scored not enough goals. He's had a lot of we watch every game, don't we? And tomorrow the game's at 3:00, so we're gonna have to dig out our fire sticks or whatever. But to watch him. But we've watched him every game. We watched all Man United all season, and now we are qualified to sort of make a judgment. And we have to be brutally honest, you know. I'm a bit disappointed with his numbers. Based on I've seen him be in positions where he should be scoring a lot more goals and opportunities he's had. I think he needs to become a bit more of a team player, and I think his off the ball movement needs to improve. But I still think there's enough desire in him. He's a bit of like he's got the eye of the tiger all the time. He's a fighter. He's risking borderline getting sent off because he's always trying to wind people up, or he's on it. He wants to sort of prove something. So once he balances that with and starts to play more of a team player and start finishing his dinner by getting in good positions and getting off the ball rather than getting it to feet and trying to do something flash, like I think it's showtime all the time. I think we've got a player there, but and I think he's just got to balance his pace as well, because he's not rapid. He's getting eaten up by fullbacks, defenders. He's not getting away from people. So that's why I think he needs to use his brain more, and he's still young. I think there's still a ceiling there where he can grow into that and become a better player by using his brain and his attributes, combining that and his aggression to become a better player. And I think there's more to come from him. But if it was overall season, I'd say I'll give him a 6 for the season with potential. What do you think, Andy?
I think he needs to. He runs not. You said he's not rapid. He's quick enough, but he doesn't stop players. You know, like Rashford's learned to stop and then start him up again. And he doesn't do that. He just runs at one pace, so they know where he's going to go. You know, we talk about he does keep the width, granted, but I want to see more from him. I am hoping it's a first season, and he'll go away in the summer and come back. Said he's missed so much shots. He's had so much opportunities cutting in from the left. And we talk about Ahmad. Those are the ones that Ahmad are munching. Ahmad's getting in those positions and putting the ball in the net.
Yeah.
And as Emma said, they're not tap-ins. You know, you talk about 25 yards, 20 yarders. So I have a feeling that there's going to be pressure. I would love there to be that sort of pressure next season. Let the squad go 3 deep in certain positions, you know?
I'm going to put you under pressure now because I'm going to go through the comments quickly. I want you to answer them, Mr. B. Let's get rid of the screen and let's go into this now because it's a few questions being asked. I want to say hi to United Community Channel, saying great show as always. Thank you so much. Jim saying here, we've missed Shaw's attacking combinations and contributions. You're nodding.
Definitely.
Yeah. Just a couple more comments here. We're talking about the lineup. Marcel Sabitzer needs to start instead of Ericsson, says DM Vlogs. We didn't discuss Sabitzer. What's your thoughts on that?
I want Sabitzer. I would like Sabitzer to start, but I know that Ericsson is the first choice. And to be fair, if he didn't start, would it mean that Bruno played deeper and Sabitzer played in Bruno's position?
Interesting that. Yeah, interesting one. I didn't consider that. Yeah, Bruno looks to be doing well playing deeper these days. He's contributed a lot there and showed a lot of maturity with that. So, yeah, that's a good question mark. I can't answer that. The manager can. Nacho will be hungry, though. Obviously, talking about Garnacho. And another one here about Garnacho from Emma. Emma saying Garnacho's not going to start just on the basis that he's coming back from injury. Box is saying here, not sure about Sancho and Anthony long term, to be honest, in the Premier League. Not sure if they will make it. Many good players haven't adapted to the Premier League. So thrown a few names in here, like Mkhitaryan, who played and scored in the semi-final the other day, Shevchenko, and Veron. We all know about Veron, don't we? Big up to Ed Mayhem. He's going back to work, so have a good evening, man. Nice to see you. Bart saying here, Casemiro's aging and could decline. Get a backup for him. Get a ball player number 6 so Ericsson can be his Bruno's backup, if that's the case. Costa against Lindelof tomorrow. That's going to be a bit of a battle. I want to say hi to Lucky Singh. He's talking about Qatar. Qatar wants a Qatar bid in soon. Jim saying here the horse is a tactical option late on if you're winning. Obviously, he's referring to Veg horse. Here's one for you, Mr. B. Pelestri or Langa need to start so Ten Hag can have someone on the bench. Pelestri or Langa, can they start tomorrow?
No, Chart. No. This game's too important for Anthony not to start, and I think Alanga's going to be out the door. I think Alanga will go. Pelestri's for overtaking him.
Lucky Singh saying here, Garnacho start, Martial, Anthony, fast, quick ball touch shot. I get what you're saying there. Bart saying here, Shaw and Sancho both have chemistry. So he's endorsing my argument. Emma saying here, Anthony got 6 goals last season. He was never going to be a massive scorer. Okay, so in Ajax, he had 6 goals. So there you go. 2-0.
Is that all these numbers were?
No, yeah, I didn't know that. 2-0. Right, we go to predictions now, guys. What's your prediction for the game? We've given you the best we can about Wolves and Man United. Press conference, the team lineup, the availability, solo 11, discuss certain players. So with everything we've taken in, I want a prediction from you, Mr. B. Consider as well, Liverpool are out there thinking they can catch us. We excused the losses losing away from home last week. We're back at home. We've got Wolves who are safe, but maybe fighting for places and want to prove themselves for the manager next season. They might be on garden leave. They might be on holiday, as he said. This game is massive for us. What's the result going to be, bruv? Come on, let me have it.
2-0. I'm going to go 2-0.
Why 2-0?
They're not going to score. They won't score. He's not going to. They're not going to come out at us. They're going to stay. They're going to stay. Especially in a 4-4-2. We should definitely be controlling the centre of the park if they go 4-4-2. Listen to the instruction that Ten Hag gives. I mean, here's one for you. Do you know we've played? This is the first week that we've had 1 game a week since September. Since bloody September. So we've been battered. Players wise, they've been fatigued. He gave them 2 days off. They've come back fresh. He spoke about the energy. He's been able to get tactics done. These are things that people take for granted. They haven't been able to do it. It's come in, wind down, prep for the next game, wind down. See what I mean? So he had the opportunity to show them tactically what he needs them to do. So I'm going for a complete shutout because Varane is going to start. Whether or not Shaw goes left back, we'll have to see. But I'm going to go 2-0. I can't give you the goal scorers.
Yeah.
But they're not going to score. We will definitely be keeping a clean sheet. I want to hear your one.
Yeah, you said clean sheet, but they got Diego Costa up front with what's his name, Kuna. They're both athletic players.
Diego Costa's poor.
What's he got left in the tank? I mean,
nothing. He's got nothing. He's got nothing left. His tank is dead. His tank's bone dry, man.
And what about Kuna? Because we were looking at him. We had shows on him, didn't we, last year? He's come into the side from Athletic Madrid, fast forward, good off the ball. He's quite quick and could get him behind us. Any concerns there? Because you're saying clean sheet.
I don't think so because I just don't know where he's going to get. If they go 4-4-2, they're not going to find him. They're not going to find him with the ball. And that's more what I'm thinking. If they change the format, they're fine. They might go a 3-5-4 in midfield. They're going to get munched tomorrow.
Okay. Lucky Singh saying 2-0. He's gone for the same scoreline as you. Emma's saying here, it's Wolves. We are going to get. Are we going to have space to run in behind? Okay, so suggesting they're going to play a low block. Go Paul, how you doing, man? He said, would like to see more chances to Palestri and Alanga now at the end of the season with a tired, injured squad with no proper backups. But every game's important. We've got Liverpool on our backs. But I hear where you go with that. But
yeah, games are too important.
Jim Max saying 4-0, a mad, surprisingly easy win. Then we can go home for tea. I hope so. 1-0 says Box. Fernandez to score goal. 4-2 says Man United. That's 4-2 to Man United. And Gopal saying 3-1 to Manchester United. Bart is saying 1-0. United with Wolves going close. Costa to get sent off. More than likely, I hope so. And hopefully, Lucky Singh saying here, Palestri, time for him to play as well. I'm going to go with a 3-0 win. I think Wolves will be off the pace. They're quite happy now. They've got their 40 points. And I think we could actually finish our dinner. I think I watched the press conference, and I'm going to go with the manager. I have to believe in what he's saying, because the conviction that he said, we've recharged ourselves. We had a week off. And like you just said, Mr. B, that actually clicked with me by saying it's the first time we've had one game in a week. I think we'll see benefits of that. Do you remember when we lost to, I think, Brighton or Brentford, and then we had 8 days until we played Liverpool, and we ended up beating Liverpool.
Yeah.
And we had time in the training ground and everything else. And the manager said the word joy when he referred to the players in the training ground right now. So I'm expecting us to finish our dinner and people to step up and score in replace of, in turn, for Rashford missing. Bart saying 2-1 United or 1-0 to the home side. 5-0 from Emma. I'm saying 3-0. I think we are due a victory, and I think we can get these points to give us some breathing space. And hopefully someone can do some damage against Liverpool or anyone else is on our back. So, yeah, we both all going for wins here. Mr. B, are we doing watch-alongs tomorrow or post-match?
No, there will be a reaction. We'll work out what time. So guys, look, if you are still here, just hit your notification bell. But there's 100% won't be a watch-along tomorrow, unless it's going to be streamed from the sister channel, in which case then hit the notification bell.
Merchandise, obviously, as you can see, I'm building up mine with my new Man United shirt and my away shirt here, and also I've got my mug, Harry Maguire mug. Might not be there next season, so I might have to replace that with a new one. And if I want to replace that, I'll go to the merchandise store, our website. You'll see it on the page, and I can tune in and make my selection and book another cup or a mug for myself. Mr. B, you got a big show coming up. Make sure you represent against a Spurs fan, your brother a Liverpool fan, and you and Brush, please tag team these guys and represent Man United. And I'm interested to know, Mr. B, don't give away any clues, but if you're going to put a Man United player in there this season, no one's been outstanding, but I'm interested to see who you put in, because I think Casemiro, Bruno, and maybe
Rashford, Martinez.
Yeah, and Rashford.
So that's we can only choose one, and that's going to be the beauty of it. There's going to be players that people disagree with. I think what we might have to do is get it out there and get people's teams up as well. Maybe we'll get it up on Twitter and see what teams people pick once the show's out.
Tune in at 10 o'clock and find out. You need one player from each team in the Premiership. Mr. B and his panel are going to put together a team of the season. Who do you reckon is going to be in it? And who do you reckon is going to be admitted? There's someone's going to be disappointed anyway. Don't be biased. Tune in, guys. This has been a Man United Agenda preview show. Thank you, Mr. B. Thank you, everyone on the panel. And we're signing out. And good luck, Man United, tomorrow. Good night.